Do you know how you can receive the maximum points in Express Entry? The first route is the Provincial Nomination Certificate for Express Entry, which is 600 points. But you can't really nominate yourself. And the second option is claiming 200 points for a job offer, which you can issue yourself from your own company or from a potential employer. Isn't everyone waiting for those extra 200 points? Since that's the difference between being stuck in the Express Entry pool and receiving an invitation to apply for your permanent residence. Today we're going to cover the step-by-step process to claim these 200 bonus points. This video is made for intermediate to advanced users, so if you're a beginner in Express Entry, you may need to read up a little bit before watching this video. Hello, my name is Reza and I work with the Ingwe immigration team here in Canada, helping applicants move across borders. Whether it's for yourself, your kids, your business, or all of the above, we do make it happen. Let me make this clear, I'm not an actual full-time YouTuber, but I work hands-on with our licensed team, working on actual applications and communicating with the immigration department, both inland and overseas, on a daily basis, representing our clients. These videos are made for the purpose of sharing our hands-on immigration knowledge with our worldwide audience. And of course, if you're thinking about immigrating to Canada or anywhere else, we're here to help. Get a free email assessment with us by filling out the form down below, or reach out to us directly if you're already active in the immigration space yourself, running your own business. Here's how you can claim 200 points in Express Entry, Federal Skilled Worker or Canadian Experience class to help you or your client convert to permanent residency. There's only 6 occupations in the knockout system where you can claim 200 points in Express Entry. It's all C-level positions known as NOC 00 or tier level 000. For the purpose of this video, we'll focus on NOC 00012 to 00015. NOCs 00012 to 00015 are CEOs, managing directors, COOs, and all top executive positions in the private sector. There are 2 ways to claim this, either through a labor market impact assessment or an LMI exempt route. But in order to claim this through an LMIA, you need to go through the whole LMI process with an operational business and justify that you will hire an executive in NOC 00 or tier 000, which also means executive salary needs to be there, and the structure of the company has to justify needing a NOC 00 position for your business. The second method is using an LMI exempt route, which means defining a valid offer of a range employer as having an LMI exempt closed work permit based on significant benefit or bilateral agreement. Under these categories, you may have started your own business in Canada, either purchased or started from scratch. Then you could potentially claim 200 points by issuing yourself an LMI exempt job offer after being on payroll for your own company for a minimum of 12 months while you have this closed work permit. The closed work permit may state entrepreneur or not have a specific NOC code, even if you started a brand new business or branch under any of the significant benefit categories. But after 1 year of running payroll for yourself, you can go through the following process to define your NOC code. Keep in mind that you need to meet the minimum eligibility criteria for the IRCC officer processing your Express Entry PR application to accept the fact that you're claiming 200 points. Here are the steps to claim the 200 points under the significant benefit or LMI exempt work permit categories in Express Entry. Having a valid closed work permit with the name of your employer or company stated on it. Issue an offer of employment for an indefinite period of time for C-level, such as managing director, CEO, CIO, COO, CTO, and so on. Job offer should be current and detailed job description included for this executive position. Pay the employer compliance fee of $230 through the Service Canada Employer Portal and receive your LMI exempt code starting with the letter A. In your Express Entry profile, you will state that you have a valid offer of employment in NOC 00. This will allow you to claim 200 points for your Express Entry profile. This can be either under the Federal Skilled Worker or Canadian Experience class. In the latter case, for CEC, you or your spouse should not own more than 50% of the business. And then you will also need your position and NOC code should be either NOC 00012 to 00015. And here's the part where you need to pay serious attention. The structure and size of your company has to justify C-level executive position for which you're obtaining an offer of employment and claiming these points. Now, our CC officers are trained to identify when your 200 points claim is not legitimate or justified. As an example, we're going to go through it for NOC 00012, and you can use it for any of the NOC 00 TEER 000 titles based on your specific industry and role. As a NOC 00 TEER 000 position, you do not handle day-to-day operations of the business. Here's the question you should ask yourself if you have 1 to 2 staff or even 3 staff members in your Canadian operations. Can you have a middle manager claim that you're CEO or managing director? In any logical business setting, in order to have and justify a middle manager, you need to at least have 4 to 6 staff plus a middle manager and then the CEO or director of the company. So you either have one location with 4 to 6 staff plus the middle manager or managers, and then the executive on top as yourself, but all split between the different departments. You cannot claim these points if you do not have different departments, or you have 2 small branches across Canada, all under one business number and one payroll number with CRA, and 2 staff in each location. This is probably the most justifiable scenario if you have only 4 to 5 staff on your payroll. Of course, if you have a much larger entity, then this is much easier to justify. The reason they want to have a justifiable business size is that you need to only be doing the executive director level responsibility. In your explanation letter and supporting documents in your PR application for the express entry, you need to indicate your specific responsibilities and match them one by one in a table with your NOC duties. Here's an example for the NOC 00012 position. Determine the company's mission and strategic direction as conveyed through the policies and concrete objectives which are met through the effective management of human, financial, and material resources. This means you need to indicate here what you're creating in terms of strategy and policies and allocating for the company on a high level. The next one is authorize and organize the establishment of major departments and associated senior staff positions. Exactly. You need to be reviewing reports from your middle managers. You need to have your staff and middle managers handling departments, so a multi-departmental managerial style. And then they will be managing the lower staff, not you as the executive. Allocate material, human, and financial resources to implement organizational policies and programs, establish financial and administrative controls, formulate and approve promotional campaigns, and approve overall human resource planning. You need to be allocating resources and making key decisions on how to spend and budget and so forth, depending on the data you receive from your middle managers and departmental managers. Even if you can include middle manager reports in your application, this can help through the 1-year employment that you're claiming as an executive with these high-level responsibilities. Another responsibility would be select middle managers, directors, or other executive staff, delegate the necessary authority to them, and create optimum working conditions. This is the key part of managing your other managers and heads of departments or middle managers that are between you and your lower working staff, and delegating to them. For these positions, obviously, they prefer a post-secondary degree as described in the NOC title. If you don't have a post-secondary degree, you can justify it by providing documentation of why your work and managerial experience allows you to perform this executive or director level position. Key words in the following descriptions for the educational requirements is usually. A university degree in business administration, commerce, computer science, or other discipline related to the services provided is usually required. This is the exact wording of the NOC type. Several years of experience as middle manager in financial communications or other business services are usually required. Senior managers in finance usually require professional accounting or financial designation. Keep in mind that mobility is also allowed for key executives, which means they can travel for work all around the world. That's part of their job, right? Here are the documents you need to include in your application for express entry to claim the 200 points for an LMI exempt work permit. The key is the job description for the NOC 00 or 000 and proving you're completing these tasks and your role is not lower or involved in any way in the day-to-day operations. You need a detailed organizational chart showing your position title, your middle managers, your departments, and the staff under them. All payroll statements indicating how many staff you're paying salaries in the company. Your salary being paid by the company, including all pay stubs to claim 12 months of accumulated work for the employer. This is a key document to establish eligibility. If you're paying $16 to $20 an hour as a CEO or director because your business is not big enough or financially sound to pay, then this could be a red flag for them when claiming 200 points for express entry. Keep in mind that in express entry, median wage requirements are legally not necessary, but you do need to justify this for your role if you're getting paid minimum wage as a CEO. That's up to you to decide. Your offer of employment is needed, contract and job duties, and the wage specified for the C-level position as a NOC 00, TEER 000. Include proof of your business operations, such as quarterly sales tax filings, financial filings with CRA, income statements, and so forth. Detailed table of your jobs and duties, and cross-reference them to the NOC position you're claiming. You need supporting documentations that you're actually doing these duties, which we just outlined in this video for the TEER 000 position. Any documents such as investments made, expansions, financing, and other key milestones to show the size and operations of your business. If you have really good profiles for your middle managers and departmental managers, put their employment contracts and resumes and profile snapshots and summaries in your application as well. Include your own updated position in terms of your professional resume. Include your educational documents with transcripts, and of course, if you're claiming educational points in express entry, you will need the education credential assessment certificate. Include an explanation letter and supporting documents on all your past C-level director positions held in previous companies, whether inside or outside Canada. This is very important in proving that this is not the first time you've had managerial roles or owned a business for which you are a director or C-level position. Or maybe you still are and you own overseas entities that you're still involved in. Therefore, you are involved in high-level management of them and high-level management of your existing entity in Canada, and you don't have time to get involved in the day-to-day operation. So that's also another good storyline. Yes, this may all seem a bit overwhelming, or maybe it doesn't, depending on who you are. But the key is that IRCC officers processing your PR are the gatekeepers in terms of you being able to claim the 200 points to become a Canadian permanent resident or not. If you're working already for a large size enterprise or multinational in a C-level position, then this is much simpler to justify. If you're running a very small grocery store or coffee shop, then maybe it's not, and I wouldn't take such a case on. Keep in mind that you do not need all these detailed documents if you already have a positive LMI for this position. Obtaining a NOC 00, TEER 000 LMI for very small business is also not something you want to try unless the business size is justifiable for Service Canada to claim this type of LMI. Again, each case is different and you need to assess your case or maybe your client's file in detail to figure out how you can successfully claim the 200 points for range employment in the express entry under federal skilled worker or the CEC if you don't own more than 50% of the business. And of course, we can help. This is our specialty. Remember, your application should be logical. Even if you don't know much about immigration, the officer should be convinced, so the storyline has to make sense regarding your CEO or director level position claiming these 200 points. You can consider us as immigration storytellers. Can you do it yourself or do you need our help? If you're thinking about immigrating, whether permanently or temporarily, you're at the right place. I can guarantee you only one point. You'll know what to expect, the entire process clearly laid out for you, and all the risks identified, including costs. If you're looking for immigration results, well, that's our expertise. No surprises, just results. Our team speaks over 9 languages and we help applicants from over 49 different countries during the immigration process. And this list is growing every day. Click the link below this video and get a free email assessment for eligible applicants only. And if you're ready to apply and would like a one-on-one session with me or any of my licensed immigration team members at Ingwe, you can also book a session directly using the consultation link below this video. And if you have questions, remember, we're here weekly live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram every Thursday, 11 a.m. North America Eastern Standard Time, where we answer all of your immigration related questions for free on the spot. Take care. See you next Thursday.